What's up? Okay, so I'm at the DMV. When I've been here for an hour now. First off, hello. How are you guys? I'm good. I've been all right. Slight cold, so I'm feeling kind of. Yeah. So basically, talk about something. Modernization in offices, and by that I mean, like. Not a chew. By that I mean, trying to streamline services. Like when you go to the doctor and you have a sign-in sheet, electronic. Like, here's an example. Like, okay, this fucking guy. Okay, so today, my buddy and I, well, in Houston, Texas, we have short lines, like for the DMV if you live on the outskirts. Hold on.
Fucking don't, dude. They even took care of my freaking ticket.
Didn't even take it? It's right here.
Yeah, but they took care of it.
Really?
Yeah.
They waived it?
Yeah. Well, they said when I come to court, they said just show it. You should be good.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm vlogging, so give me a second. So while I wait for the truck to warm up, guys, this is Daniel, by the way. No, subscribe. I'm just trying to come up with content so people have stuff to watch whenever they start to watch the new stuff. See? Yeah, we already talked about this thing now. Well, the future of them are gonna know. They're gonna know. It's him, the person. Well, anyways, haircut and so the DMV, right? Okay. The biggest issue we had today was the fact that we had to wait at we had to take a number from a kiosk and wait more than we usually should. Now, the thing with this courthouse / DMV area on the other side, the thing about it is that it used to be you used to come in and you'd get in line, and if you're next, you're next, right? So the early bird gets the worm, essentially. It's worth to show up early and try and get stuff done. Now, the biggest issue that I have is the fact that there are some people that like to reserve their spots, which I mean, to an extent it's pretty good, but when you work 9 to 5 jobs like Daniel and I, where you can't really plan ahead, it's kind of difficult for you to say when you can do things. So if you just show up to, a courthouse or a DMV or whatever, you don't know how long it's gonna take. Now, for example, he needed a fucking sticker. Nothing else, just a sticker. He got a ticket for having it expired. He got his inspection. He got everything done. He came down to the courthouse. We got in line to get in line. Literally, that's the sense of what we were doing. We got in line to get to a ticket. We got the ticket and we waited, how long, an hour and a half? An hour and a half. Now, before, I used to come here all the time, to do the same stuff with me. And it wouldn't take that long. It'd take legit like 15 minutes. I go and I talk to the teller, maybe 5 minutes, to dispute some information, this is what I have, and that's it. But that's the longest, the gist of it. You pay your money, you pay your fee, whatever it is, and you get your sticker and you get the hell out. Now, tell me why it had to take us, over 45 minutes to get this. Something that takes nothing. They put in a little bit of information in the computer, take your money, and then print this out for you. I don't understand what the gist of it is. We legit said in front of a group of people, like, this is ridiculous, all right? Because they're not only wasting our time, they're, just to try and streamline things. It doesn't work. This is more or less easier for them than it is for any citizen that comes to do what they come to do. It's basically a service to whoever works in the courthouse, the government, right? Which I mean, if you work in government, you get enough bullshit as it is. But I mean, come on, like this is ridiculous. That's legit what it feels like. All right, let's see if the phone stays there. I don't think it will. So, most of you guys who don't know, or are gonna find out, or haven't heard already, Daniel's a really good old friend of mine. He's like a brother to me. Like, you know, we go way back, like to my to our rough and rowdy days. Like we went to high school together. Even though we drifted apart in the end, we're always there in spirit. In spirit. Here, let's see if the foam falls. The foam might fall at one point, so just bear with me if it does. But I'm surprised it hasn't fallen yet.
Look at that person right behind us.
Oh, but
You should stream on Twitch.
I don't know. I might. I don't know. But I want to get like the harness, so I could just have it there. You know. Yeah, but I mean, essentially, we had nothing planned for today. We're legit just go.
Break the law. Oh, fuck.
We're legit just gonna go to the mall, but Daniel has to feed his monkey, so feed the monkey on his back. So we're gonna go do that. We're gonna go feed his monkey. Well, I have to get gas first. So. Oh, that's my barber.
Business cards?
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. So update on the last thing I said. Most likely I'm gonna end up working 2 jobs. Yes, 2 jobs. 2 marvelous. 1 part-time, 1 full-time. 3 hours in between, most likely a nap. Very good, very luxurious. It's gonna be phenomenal.
Extra money.
Cash regular 177. Sign me up.
People in like California.
Oh fuck! I don't have cash. I just have credit. How much is credit? 187.10 cents. That's alright.
Gosh, it's cheaper cash.
Yeah, it's always cheaper cash. The electronic fee is 10 cents a gallon because you have to constantly be linked online. I don't like Sunoco. I don't know if I like Sunoco. It's nice. Wanna get some death sticks?
Yeah, probably.
You wanna go to the mall?
Yeah, probably.
What do you wanna go to the mall for? Hey! Hell yeah, they got. Oh, but you have to pay.
Oh shit.
I was like, oh, that's cool. They have milk. Milk.
That's convenient.
You know what? I want Starbucks. Let me get Starbucks.
Starbucks. I want that Starbucks stuff. Why? Because I'm white.
How did this? What? It shouldn't be working.
I think because you haven't opened the door yet. Close it. Yeah.
Cool.
Once you open the door, all electricity stops.
Ah. Where are you getting off? Oh, that's sticks. Yeah. Starbucks, vanilla. Okay, so you guys haven't seen this truck. It's my dad's truck. It's a 2000 Ford F-150 model. I do know it is a Ford F-150, but I'm driving this for now. And it means I'm gonna get my truck fixed. Now, update on the truck. There's a few electronic issues I have to knock out. I've already established the mainline wire going from the computer to the main hub on the right on the wiring harness, and I've already completed that. I've already bypassed the majority of the bypass wires that they had that the previous that the previous owner had. So then that's also good and knocked out. But the most important thing is that now I am saving up to fix up the transmission. So which means that now I can go ahead and just think about all those other things. Not only that, but I think at the same mechanic I'm also going to hire him to fix up the rest of electronics. So once that's done, at the same time in the works, I've also got the seats. Hold on. The seats for the GMC. I've got them at an upholstery place now. I'm not gonna shout out the place yet, okay? Because I want to see first how the material comes out and how the job looks. But I will most likely do it. No, I think without really thanks, buddy. Without really knowing yet how much it costs, unless it's an outrageous price, I don't think I'm gonna do it. But if it's a reasonable price with a receipt for the seat, because the thing about it, and he'll vouch for it, is that the seats and the interior of my truck is very rare, because in 1980, right? 1980? In the late 1970s, early 1980s, 80 into the summer of 70, the fall of 79, into the into the fall of 82. There was whenever the new C1500 model started coming out, they had a bench seat, these bench bucket seats that started from here and all the way to the end. And the thing about them is that the ones to the right were two-seaters, and the one on the left was a one-seater. You can go ahead and do it. The windows are open. I don't mind. You can do it.
Here's your truck. I remember last time you were like, no.
It was the Traverse. With no mouse.
So this one doesn't matter. Sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't want to do it at the gas station though.
Like it was a Zoolander. Little pause on the story history lesson. You didn't expect a history lesson.
Came back and like, what the hell are you talking about? This is cheap.
Good. I'll show you a place where they have really nice lighters. You overdrive, putting in your overdrive?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Cool. That's all I need.
Okay, so. Oh my god. This guy. Okay, so from. Yes! I love this thing! Thank you.
Turbo synthesis.
Okay, so from, like I said, from 1979, from the late summer of 1979 into the early summer of 1982, those bucket seats were one of the rarest seats out in the market right now. And the reason why it is because whenever these seats were manufactured, and I did some research on this yesterday. What the manufacturer had to look at was the cost of fabric and the durability of the product. Now, in the early 70s, there was a lot of movement on how people worked, how people thought about where and how they worked on their on the materials that they had set in their in their vehicles. So, for example, if you had a truck, you wouldn't really use your passenger seats all that much. So they invested in more more long what's it called material for their seats, because not only would you think about the non-use of the passenger bench, I guess you could say. But there was also a fact that the driver's seat was the one that was majorly used because most people would use their trucks as work trucks or racing trucks or whatever it is that you wanted to use your pickup in the 70s and in the early 80s. You know, there was a high use of the driver's seat. Not only that, but that was also whenever there was that steep climb of people beginning to become a little bit more heavy, more overweight. People were starting to eat more, go out more.
So many people.
Just
You triggered so many people.
You just get triggered. I don't give a fuck. It's history. So during this, the beginning of this new era of interior and affordability, they were, eventually the manufacturers were met with a lot of complaints from the users because there wasn't really much you could do with these seats. You couldn't customize the seats because you couldn't really take off the felting because the felt was actually stuck or glued onto the foam or manufactured into it. So in order for you to go ahead and try and remove it, you'd have to steam the foam and the fibers. And most often times you'd either melt the foam, tear the foam, or mess it up. And I'm pretty sure anyone who's dealt with interior design for vehicles knows that once the foam's done, there's not much you can do. You might as well just either try and get a new seat or go and find a decent enough upholstery specialist to go and see about how you can go ahead and fix that issue. But 9 times out of 10, in order to keep the value of the seat or whatever it is in the upholstery, you want to keep the same foam no matter what. That being said, my chair was fucked up. Around the first year I actually had it driving, that I could drive it to fro wherever I wanted to, there was a issue with my chair. A bar broke. It was a little pin that was placed into a little part on the side panel where the majority of the mechanics of the chair were, where you could push it to and fro, lean back the chair, forward, backwards, however you wanted to. And basically, that truck is a troll. So basically, I ended up messing up the seat. That pin broke, and then the chair would break back, and it would be bent at an angle. So what I did was, there was this local upholstery place that I drove by almost constantly for a few years, and I was driving home from a junkyard, and I noticed the idiot driving to my left. I noticed the upholstery place and thought, okay, I gotta try it. I gotta ask. So yesterday, Daniel and I, for this little story, I took the chair out because I finally secured the bed onto the chassis. I know it's been fucking... So, what I did was, I'll go ahead and, I'll get the chair done, and whatever, however it comes out, you can go ahead. I keep calling it a chair. We took the seat to Miss Hooker, and she was able to not give us an estimate, but we were able to give her a deposit. Now, when I went over there, I didn't expect for the deposit to be so high. I was thinking somewhere along the lines of like $40, $20, but now I have... Oh look, I didn't know that the school bus picked you up here.
No, they're just chilling, wasting time.
So anyways, we stopped by Miss Hooker's, and fortunately for us, or myself, I caught her at a bad time. It's legit like 10 minutes after her hours, she closed, and she was a little on edge. Really expect for me to show up. Yeah, but she was also open today, and I don't know why. I didn't just think we could have gone today, but I mean. Oh well. So we showed the seat, and this is basically where I had learned that I had one of the rarest seats out on the market, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right? That's what she said.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically she gave us a little history lesson. She said these are very rare. You can't get them. The fabric is very, it's nice quality, and it's not only is it nice, but it's difficult to work on. You can't wrap it. We said, what? And she goes, well, you can't remove the material. Like, we could wrap it. It'd be difficult, but, we'd get it done. But, we'd probably have to put some zippers around. Not only that, but the headrest. Basically, essential stuff that upholstery people tell you. But in the end, I decided, I want to do it. So she asked me, she said, how much do you have? And I said, well, I think I can give you 40. So I looked at my wallet, and I had forgotten that I used the 40 for gas already for that week. And I guess I didn't think about it because it was utility. So that was basically the gist of it. Now my boy, Daniel, he said, well, shoot, dude, they're just 40. I'll give you 50. Just use that and you can pay me back. And I said, okay, cool. So he pulls out the 50. But the thing is that between this exchange happened, okay, I had no, you can finish it. It's fine. Okay, sorry guys. I had told the lady I might have to come back and give you the money. She said, well, you don't have it right now. And I said, well, I thought I did, but I don't. So she got frustrated. Now, she saw my buddy open up his wallet. He's saving up to fix his 1972 GMC Chevy C10. Now, it's a nice truck, okay? But it's been butchered. But that's not the gist of it. It's not here nor there. That's another story for another day. So my buddy opens up his wallet, and he's got his truck savings in his wallet, right? Now, for any of you who know that when you carry your truck savings in your wallet, it's not $20, $40. No, it's $100 bills. Now, she peeks. She sees him pull out the 50, and she says, no, I'm going to need more than that. So then I look at my buddy, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. So she said, what did she say?
She said, I see $100.
She said, I see $100 right there. So I was over here thinking, like, what the hell did you get my ass into? Because she asked him, how much do you have? And he's like, $1,000. But he didn't want to respond. He didn't want to answer her question. But we're talking about like an 84-year-old older white woman. Okay, this was scary. Like, for us.
If we call 911, do you need police? Do you need?
How's that?
I forgot how it goes. It's like 911. Do you need police?
It's like a 911 emergency.
Police, ambulance, or do you need any?
Are you needed any medical assistance?
Okay, go on.
So, he basically hesitated. It was kind of funny because she's like, "Well, give me the 100." So he just does this this little. He's got he's got $100 bill, and he grabs the 50 with his thumb, and then he hands over the 100. And she just takes it, but she snatches it, and it was one of the craziest things because I felt so bad. Never thought to ask him for money, and even in the end of the day, not only that, but he already wanted to go home. So I had dragged him to this upholstery place so he could see it, and then on top of that, I took $100 from him, which I'm gonna pay him back. I get paid today, so I'm gonna go pick up my paycheck and then I'll give him the 100 out of that. What? Where? Where?
No,
Oh.
see somebody.
Okay. So, yeah. Alright, so that's basically it. That's where I'm at right now with my truck project. I mean, the wiring harness is a bit better. I got to go ahead and work on the cooling system one of these days. Eventually I can go ahead and install the AC and the heat, and then all those lines and whatnot. But other than that, everything's pretty fine, wiring and whatnot. But now it's down to transmission, fixing the ECU, getting that bucket seat back, AC, improving sound system, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, walk around Deerbrook, go home, and I might see you guys there. All right.
Hey.
All right. So.
That's all I know.
Hey. All right. So. I'll get to you guys whenever I can. And I'll see you soon.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.